Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about Apache Kafka and its essentials. So, what is Apache Kafka? Kafka is a distributed messaging solutions, or you can say a messaging platform, which is used for building real-time data pipeline and streaming app. So, why Kafka? It is horizontal scalable and fault tolerant. So, it is designed based on a publish subscriber model. So there are different messaging solutions which are based on the queue. The problem with queue is you can assign only one consumer per queue. But in case of Kafka, you can assign multiple consumers for the same topic, and consumers read messages from the partitions which are under the topic. And you can have, as I said, you can have multiple consumers. We'll go into the details of topic partitions in the later point of video. So the next point is, as we said, it is horizontal, scalable, and fault tolerant. Let's talk about fault tolerant. So if you look at the earlier legacy messaging system, the solution messaging solutions which you have, so those are zero fault tolerance. So what does it mean by zero fault tolerance? So let's say you have a consumer, it reads the message or reads a payload from the topic, and it inserts the message into the DB in the next step. So in case the insertion part doesn't happen into the DB, for some reason, let's say your DB is down, or there is some bug in your consumer code, or there is some other problem. So in that case, the message has already been read from the topic by the consumer, and it's gone from the topic. It will not be available if you are using the uh, legacy messaging frameworks. But in case of Kafka, you have different methodologies and strategies to handle this. You can read it from the beginning, you can read from the earliest, whatever, that's based on different parameters you can pass, and you can read the same message. It has the retention period as configurable, so the message will be there even if it is read from the topic. So I'll show you the demo in the later point of time. And the second thing is, as I said, it's horizontal scalable. Um, what does it mean by horizontal scalable? So when you are running Kafka, you have to run as a Kafka cluster. You can run as a single node cluster or multi-node cluster. So when you're running as a multi-node cluster in your production environment and all, you can scale your Kafka cluster horizontally. I mean, you can add number of nodes as and when it is required. So that is why we call it as a horizontal scalable, right? So yeah. So then let's talk about how to use it. Kafka, as I said, as I discussed, it runs as a single node cluster, as a multi-node cluster. So let's look at it. So for that, so before going to the demo, let's talk about the Kafka architecture. It has two main components. One is producer and there's consumer. Producer publishes the message to the Kafka cluster. The Kafka cluster contains the Kafka brokers, which has the topics. And producers publish a message to the topic, and consumers reads those messages from the topic. And you can have a number of topics inside your Kafka broker as part of single node cluster if you have one Kafka broker. But if you have multiple brokers, then the same way you can read some message from different brokers by defining your replication factor. All this kind of stuff we'll see in detail. So, and third thing is the another component is Zookeeper. Zookeeper sits on top of all these components in Kafka, which maintains all your configuration properties. I mean, the server, the configuration related to the brokers. Let's say when you are assigning or reassigning or alter anything, it has to go through Zookeeper. So whenever you're adding a new node, Zookeeper redirects the payload or redirects the message to the uh, the new node. So that's how it works. So let's go ahead and look at this Kafka configuration a bit, and let's look at how to download, how to install, and how to start Kafka. So go to this link, and from there you download the tar file or g file, whatever is best for you. And this is where I downloaded the Kafka. This is a tar file. You can untar. Okay, before that, so first we need to start the zookeeper. So if you look at, first you need to start the zookeeper, then start the Kafka broker, then create a topic, then you have your producer and consumer. We'll just do it like, through a command line, console producer and console consumer, which is part of the Kafka distribution. At a later point of time, we'll do it programmatically. So first we need to start the zookeeper. First, let's look at it. To start the zookeeper, we need to read the zookeeper.properties file. You can go to the my GitHub profile, GitHub link, and from here you can just copy and paste the command over there. If you're a Windows user, go to bin Windows folder here, and bin, and there is a Windows folder. Go there and do all this I have given over here, the guidelines how to start the zookeeper node, zookeeper and Kafka. So let's, as I'm using Mac, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. What is there in zookeeper.properties? Let's look at here. Config. Okay, it is the data directory, temp zookeeper, the port, and the maximum access. So now let's go ahead and start zookeeper. Okay, zookeeper gets started. Now let's go to start the broker, where basically the topic resides. Okay, before starting the broker, you need to make some changes in the configuration server.properties. So while starting broker, you need to pass server.properties as an argument with the script. Here, there's the advertised listeners. If you don't change this one, you will not be able to publish the message to the topic. So you change to localhost, and then start this. Okay, your broker got started. Now the next step is to create a topic. So let's create a main topic. So this is the zookeeper host local and the port number, and we are doing the replication factor 1, partition 1, because we are running as a single node cluster. In the later part of video, we'll show you how to set up the multi-node cluster. Like we'll have multiple brokers, we'll have number of partitions. We'll show that later point of time. Okay, I had created the main topic earlier, so it's already exists. Let's create another topic called demo topic. Okay, demo topic got created. Now, if you want to see the topic, you can just do a describe. So if you look at this demo topic, this is my topic, the earlier topic. So demo topic, the partition count 1, replication factor 1. This is a partitions 0, leader 0. I'll talk about the leader and replicas in the later point of time. When you'll go into the detail of topic partitions, how it looks like. Basically, each topic contains it can contain multiple number of partitions, um, um, and let's say you have given the replication factor as 2 or 3. Let's say you have given replication factor as 2, then there will be you'll have two server.properties. A server, I mean, you need to change inside the config. There are, if you look at the config, there there is server.properties. You can just copy and paste server1.properties, server2.properties, and then you can change this one to broker ID 0 for server.properties, second one is 1. So you'll have two server properties. Then you can give over here application factor as 2, and then as part of your partitions you can give as many number of partitions. So when you give replication factor 2, so that means you have two brokers will be there as part of the Kafka cluster, and and then there if you have given, let's say, partitions 2, the first broker, in the first broker there will be one leader and another is replica. So in the next broker there will be partition 1 will be the leader and partition 0 will be the replicas, so of the first node. So we'll go into the detail, so don't worry about that one right now. So let's do some publish a message and consume some message in this part of, as part of this demo. Okay, so now our topic got created. Okay, let's publish a message to the topic. Hello SK, how are you? So we publish some messages, and if you try to consume this message, you can give the topic name here. So see, I was telling you, like, from beginning you can do earliest. So see, so if you're gonna do here like earliest, you won't see any message over here right now. Okay, okay, we'll see that command later, but let's publish a message. Hi, hello again. So you get all the messages from beginning, right? So whatever message you publish here, you'll get the message over here. So that's all about this video. So in the next set of video, we'll write a producer, we'll do it programmatically, we'll produce a message to the topic, and we'll consume the message from the as part of the consumer program. So so that's all about this video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next set of videos.